but that can be detected as alpha rhythm. Vibrate selectively speaking.
This is on TIP Records, the Infinity Project, a new single called Overwind or Overwind. I think Overwind sounds more likely, frankly. And later on, Billy Bragg's going to be singing one or two songs to us if we can drag him away from the... there's a rather fine programme on Channel 4, which he's watching at the moment. I missed that. Anyway, this next record is for Stuart Pearce. I never thought I'd find myself playing a record for Stuart Pearce, but he's a regular listener, I'm sure. And I was rather touched when I was driving home yesterday because I heard him on 5 Live, I think it was, and they were trying to get him to take credit for Nottingham Forest winning their first game since the beginning of the season, I think. And he said, no, it was the work that Frank Clark's been doing over the past few weeks. In fact, he said, I wish he was still here. And I was rather touched by that. So this is for you, Stuart, The Art Attacks.
Extraordinary. Concert classic. Carl Cox presents Jam 96. 10 p.m. Monday on the UK's live music station.
99 FM.
Interesting. Something should have happened there, which hasn't happened. There we go. Right, that's Servatron and a track called I Am Not a Voice-Activated Child Identicon on One Louder Records from the LP No Room for Humans. And before that, and a similar sort of theme in a way, it was the Art Attacks and I Am a Dalek from an LP on Overground, which brings together, I think, everything that they ever recorded. And that's on an LP called Outrage and Horror.
John,
And
it just sounds like you buy your records on impulse, you know, that you just sort of like pick them up and look at the sleeve and look at the label and then sort of say, like, as if, you know,
It could
you
be
just like
pretty-
the sound of it and, you know, you're not buying, you know, you just kind of like anything, box sets, anything, mate.
It's amazing how you know these things, Billy. Absolutely extraordinary. You got a Stuart Pearce. Well, it's not really your story
No,
at all,
no,
but
I
you
was
heard
just
it on
saying,
the
after
radio.
I heard you say that, I thought you were going to... I just happened to see him on right at the end of Match of the Day last night where he admitted that his wife had actually helped. Not only Frank Clark, but his wife had helped him pick the team because the night before he was so nervous, he'd picked a dream team, and then when he showed it to her, she pointed out there were 12 players. He'd picked 12 players and they had to take out. So he was giving credit to his wife, which I think is even better. I mean, I've heard football players give credit to other managers, but to the missus, that's great.
That is pretty good, actually. Yes, I must say. Now, can I just check with the do I need, are we all right to proceed? Are we, or do I need to fade this down? This is the first time we've ever attempted this in the studio. You see.
Lovely.
So there's a wide range of exciting things that could go wrong.
Yeah.
But do you want to burst into song and we'll see what
shall I?
happens?
Yeah.
Off you go then.
Here I am. I'm over here. So, providing you can all hear me out there, this isn't really for Stuart Pearce or anybody like that. I usually dedicate it to Ian Wright. Perhaps I shouldn't do that after yesterday, but anyway, it's called Goalhanger.
He's got the bonhomie of a game show host, and his handshake is so limp it's like meeting a ghost. His apologies are tired 'cause he uses them a lot. His excuses are so lame, if they were horses they'd be shot. He lies through his teeth with impeccable grammar. In the game of life, he's just a dreadful goal hanger. He's keeping all his options open till the very last minute. Checking every situation, trying to work out what's in it. Trying to pin him down's like nailing water to a wall. He's incapable of making a commitment at all. Like trying to knock in a nail with an inflatable hammer. In the game of life, he's just a dreadful goal hanger. Yesterday upon the stair, I met a man who's never there. He won't be there again today. Well, that's what he told me to say. He's got the natural arrogance of an exclamation mark. And he wishes that his bite was as big as his bark. He's appealing to the referee at every single stage. He's a fuzzy little bundle of impotent rage. Where he ought to have patience, he only has anger. In the game of life, he's just a dreadful goal hanger. He's utter lack of humility, imagination, and he hangs round like a fart in a Russian space station. He doesn't even notice as he sails you down the river, 'cause he's one of life's takers, he's looking for a giver. He smirks, shrugs his shoulders as he drops another clanger. In the game of life, he's just a dreadful goal hanger, and he lives with his mum.
Did you have anybody particular in mind when you wrote that one?
No.
Would you tell us if you did?
No.
Certainly wouldn't.
I certainly wouldn't.
You missed some more high quality stuff there on the television.
Yeah.
There's do you remember a record by the Galinsky brothers called Bloody?
No.
Oh, come on!
It sounds like an impulse buy.
No. It was a great.
You're singing, aren't you?
I am singing. Yes.
Even with the sound down, I can tell.
A fugitive must be a rolling stone. It's one that I do particularly well.
Yeah. No, that's the Merle Haggard song, isn't it?
Well, it was originally.
I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. Yeah, Kershaw sings that when he really gets drunk.
Yeah,
that and the shoals of Erin.
I do that for the. I used to do that for the children in the car. Sing us a song, Dad. They used to say, rather ill-advisedly, in my view. And Lonesome Fugitive was what they'd get. But Bloody is that thing. It's a great record. I didn't bring it with me really, but it's what am I bloody well gonna do? What am I bloody well gonna do? Got my bloody well self bloody stuck on you. You can't stop me once I get going. It's a great record. I'll put it on tape and send it to you. How many times have I said that? We mustn't refer to this actually, because it's one of those things that you're not supposed to do as a DJ.
Every DJ I've ever been in on any radio station around the world always has the telly on whilst they're doing the
chores.
No,
it's not that. No, but you're not supposed to be on the TV. You see at the same time you're on the radio.
Oh yeah.
If the people who run this place knew that.
Yeah, but the thing is, John, you're in Germany there, and it's light.
Yes.
Okay, because you can't simultaneously be there. It's the shortest day of the year today, John. It's already dark in the Autobahn there. And why weren't you singing Fast Down the Autobahn by Kraftwerk?
No, because that would be too obvious. That's overdone. It's been overdone. Listen, when you're out touring, as you just have been, which song do you get requested most?
The ones I can't remember how to play at all. That really, really embarrasses me when someone shouts out a song like the marching song of the Covert Battalions, which I love as a song and everything, but I just can't remember. And the fatal thing to do is think, oh yeah, I can remember that, when you actually can only remember the first verse.
So when I asked you to do Levi Stubbs, you didn't mind that?
No, I'll play that. I'd get in deep trouble if I didn't play that.
Right, off you go then.
If you want to sing along, feel free.
I think it's better I don't.
With the money from her accident, she bought herself a mobile home, so at least she could get some enjoyment out of being alone. No one can say that she was left up on the shelf. It's you and me against the world, kid, she mumbled to herself. When the world falls apart, something stay in place. Levi Stubbs' tears run down his face. She ran away from home in her mother's best coat. She was married before she was even entitled to vote. And her husband was one of those blokes, the sort who only laughs at his own jokes, the sort of war takes away. And when there wasn't a war, he left anyway. When the world falls apart, something stay in place. Levi Stubbs' tears run down his face. Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong are here to make right everything that's wrong. Holland and Lamondose, you two are here to make it all okay with you. And one dark night he came home from the sea and put a hole in her body when a hole should be. Heard a more see him walking out the door, and though they stitched her back together, they left her heart in pieces on the floor. When the world falls apart, something stay in place. She takes off the photo's tape and puts it back in its case. When the world falls apart, something stay in place. Levi Stubbs' tears.
That remains one of those songs that leaves you as a DJ wondering what to say next. It does. It's like when Ivor Cutler's done stuff, and the things he does are always so good. You think anything you're going to say afterwards.
That's very kind of you to say that.
It's going to sound really rather pathetic.
Well, I have to tell you that while I was in the first verse of that, I thought myself, I better remember all this song, because having said that now, and I do play it every night and everything, but I do have, like, you know, generally have like sort of 200 people down the front singing it louder than me, so if I do have a bit of turbulence, I'm fine. But if I just stop in the middle of this, I'm going to sit here and see you watching this documentary, I'm going to be in real trouble, aren't I? So thank you for that.
That's all right. I've got to play a tune now and fade you out so that I can prepare myself spiritually and physically for the news. Not sure who this is by because it doesn't say on the record, but it's called Fighting Vipers.
Let the action begin.
Well, it's on the suburban-based record label from an EP called Club Satin Sampler, but as I say, I'm not quite sure who the artiste is, but it's called Fighting Vipers. And back after the news with something soulful.
97 to 99 FM, Radio 1, Newsbeat.
A bomb's gone off in a mainly Catholic area of Belfast. A leading Republican's been hurt. From Northern Ireland, here's Mark Devonport.
It was just after noon that a well-known North Belfast Republican, Eddie Copeland, went to start the car parked outside his parents' home in the Ardoyne area of the city and triggered a device hidden under the vehicle.
It's not clear who planted it. David Irvine from the Progressive Unionist Party says if it was the work of loyalists, he'll get tough.
I would make it very clear we're not the Protestant Sinn Féin, and if loyalism returns to war, we won't be representing them at talks.
Earlier today, children from Catholic and Protestant schools joined a peace rally in Belfast. Divers have been brought in to help look for 9-year-old Kaylee Ward. She's been missing from her home in Cheshire for 4 days. Detective Superintendent Dave Jones.
It's a long time for a girl of 9 years to be out on her own in such cold weather. Of course, I think she's very vulnerable to people that she may meet about the town, particularly at night.
French police hunting the killer of Cornish schoolgirl Caroline Dickinson say they're sure her killer attacked another British girl on the same day. The details from John Maguire.
The 14-year-old girl from Hope High School in Salford was assaulted just hours before the murder in the Plaine Fougère youth hostel at another hostel a 25-mile drive away. The first attack only came to light after the Salford group returned to England, and French police were only informed following the publicity surrounding Caroline's murder.
Police on the trail of a convicted killer who escaped from a psychiatric unit a month ago say he's been seen in Sherwood Forest in Nottinghamshire. Efforts to find Peter Loveday are concentrating on the Worksop area. 2 Becomes 1 is the Christmas number 1. The Spice Girls have pushed the Dunblane song off the top spot. Aston Villa beat Wimbledon 5-0 in the Premiership this afternoon. Peter Shilton's big day ended in a win for his Orient side over Brighton. It was his 1000th league game. Radio 1 Newsbeat, I'm Phil Mercer.
Radio 1, more new music.
There's a man on the corner raising a congregation, saying that he's the one, brothers and sisters, that's gonna bring us all salvation. Saying that he's the one to make a way for us. He's gonna do it with no hesitation. Saying, step in the line. Can you spare a dime? I heard him say, step right on up. How you to see? Drop a buck. People, I tell you what I see. A parasite is he. Ain't much difference in what he's doing, good people, from being that's breaking and entering. You know that man is stealing in the name of the Lord. Saying God's gonna bless you. Stealing in the name of the Lord. Hey, hey, it's happening every day. This man will walk up to you and look you in the eye, put his hand on your shoulder and tell you a big fat lie. He'll tell you, God's gonna bless your children if you put your faith in me. Then he'll pass the tray while the choir's singing, nearer my God to thee. Step in the line. Can you spare a dime? I heard him say, step right on up, good people. Drop a buck. That man is stealing in the name of the Lord. That's what it's doing, yeah. Stealing in the name of the Lord. Yeah. Comes confession time. That's time to spill your mind. He sits back in his easy chair and listen to you testify. When that's over, he puts his hands on your shoulder, tells you all's forgiven. The man can't be cold. Ooh, step in the line. Can you spare dime? I heard him say, step right on up, good people. Drop a buck. That man is stealing in the name of the Lord. Saying God's gonna bless That's what he said. This man will suck it to you. Yeah, in God's name. Now, this man will rock it to you. Yes, he will. In God's name. He'll steal your money and tell you you don't need no money. Say all you need is him and God. This man, yes,
That's Paul Kelly, Stealing in the Name of the Lord. Do you know that one? Have you heard that before?
No, I haven't. That's great.
It is good, isn't it? It's I'd never heard it before, and it's a familiar title, but the actual song I didn't know. But it's on a compilation that Charlie Gillis put together called "And This Time It's For Real: 34 Classic R&B Standards."
That's great. Not the Australian Paul Kelly, then, a different Paul Kelly.
I think a different Paul Kelly. Yes. I think there's not much doubt about that one. Time for another tune.
Why not? Something a bit soulful again.
Why not?
At the dark end of the street, that's where we always meet, hiding in shadows where we don't belong, living in darkness to hide our wrong, you and me. At the dark end of the street, you and me. I know the time's gonna take its toll. We'll have to pay for the love that we stole. 'Cause it's a sin and we know it's wrong. Oh, but our love keeps coming on strong. You and me at the dark end of the street. You and me. They're gonna find us. They're gonna find us. They're gonna find us someday. We'll steal away to the dark end of the street. You and me. When the daylight rolls around and we chance to come downtown, if I should see you and just walk on by, oh, pretty darling, please don't cry. Tonight we'll meet at the dark end of the street. You and me. They're gonna find us. They're gonna find us. They're gonna find us someday. We'll steal away to the dark end of the street. You and me. At the dark end of the street. It's where we always meet, hiding in shadows where we don't belong, living in darkness to hide our wrong, you and me, at the dark end of the street, you and me.
It must be really difficult to do that without lapsing into an American accent, because all of the voices you've ever heard doing it have been American.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I do. I can't really do it in my kind of like Billy Bragg tribute kind of like evening, you know. But the thing is that since I've become a parent, I've found that voice actually, you can't use that to sing the baby to sleep. So I've subsequently developed a slightly gentler tone anyway that you probably hear on the record, you know, and I can't, it's very hard not to sort of drift off mid-Atlantic. Otherwise, you sound like, oh, and he's up, you know, dun, 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 dun.
There was a don't in there, which was veered towards. There's a couple of 100 miles off the west coast.
There you go. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like whether or not you're going to sing from the Mississippi estuary or the Thames estuary, really, isn't it? That's the choice. I think. But there's a fine old tradition in Essex of kind of like cod R&B Cockney. You know, if you think about the Feel Goods and the Hot Rods and that. So I like to think of myself in
both
that
bands that deserve more credit. I mean, they should
definitely. Definitely.
Particularly the Hot Rods. But anyway, let's not get into that.
No. Because I would say particularly the Feel Goods, and there you go. We have an argument.
All right. Okay, another tune.
Yeah, I wanted to play this one. I had a bit of a trouble for when I first went back to work after my paternity leave, and I found that one or two of the songs sat rather awkwardly with my newfound role as a father, so I sort of didn't sing them for a while. And then there was a flurry of letters on the internet about particularly this song. And after about 18 months, someone was kind enough to print them off the net and post them to me, so I got to read them. And subsequently, I realised that I should be able to sort of slightly change the lyrics of this one just a little to make it reflect more where I am now and not be. I have had a few shouts at the gigs of revisionist and revanchism and stuff like that, but I think it's only revisionism or revanchism if people believed from the very, very first time they ever heard me sing this song, which was probably on your show, that every time they've heard it since, I have actually been 22 years old.
Right.
I don't even think that in Schrodinger's cat and all that kind of like chaos theory can add up to that. So I'm going to sing it for you now. It's in New England. This isn't my accent, by the way. You may notice I'm not.
I'll watch out for
lapse
it.
into American for this one.
I was 21 once when I wrote this song. I'm not 22 now, and I haven't been for long. People ask me when will I grow up to be a man, and all the boys I went to school with say, how come you look so cool when you're pushing that pram, Bill? I loved you then as I love you still. Though I put you on a pedestal, we took you off the pill. Don't feel bad about letting your mum know. Just feel sad about watching you grow. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for New England. I'm just looking for a decent babysitter. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for New England. I'm just looking for another girl, but only in the sense that it will be nice for Jack to have a sister. I loved the words you growled at me as you were willed to maternity. I can't survive on what you send, and that gas I gave you sent you round the bleeding bend. I saw two shooting stars last night, I wished on them, but they were only satellites, it's wrong to wish on space hardware. I wish you'd come with me to Mother Care. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for New England. I'm just looking for another girl. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for New England. I'm just looking for another girl and a decent state school that isn't too far away, so they don't have to cross over any dangerous roads.
That decent state school certainly strikes a chord.
It's not easy, is it?
We've been down that road.
It's not easy, yeah.
Okay, now you need to go next. Are you going to go next door and retune or do something, or are they going to
slightly retune? Yeah, and I think they're going to sort of come in and have a bit of an ensemble sing. As I've seen, because you've got some holly up in here, haven't you?
Little Christmas
the Radio
tree.
1 Christmas tree. The Radio 1 mince pies I've seen have got out again.
Well, actually, your man who brought him in here,
Yes.
one of your
My men.
one
Yes.
of your men who brought has consumed them all. Actually,
He has,
I think he keeps coming in and so they're really good, those mince
Why do
pies.
you
And
think-
I keep thinking, is he going to offer me one? I mean, I am the presenter, heaven knows, and I'm on television. And do I get a mince pie? Do I hell get a mince pie? 2.5 minutes, will that be long enough for you to?
I'm sure it will,
get
mate.
yourself sorted out? All right, okay. Well, while you're doing that, then here's another tune, listeners. That's a band called Panel Donor on Lotus Pool Records, and Dead or Arrested is the title of the track. And while I was going on, I was given a mince pie, which I've now consumed. And if you were watching did you see Chris Evans' programme the other night?
A pregnant dog's nipple, John.
And he had a fella on there who was a fat John Peel. And I had a look at him and I thought, no, he's a thin John Peel. Is what he is. Anyway, community singing now. I'll have to back away from the microphone.
Yeah, you did ask me. John did ask me when he had me in here, comrades at home, to do something a bit festive. And I thought about dressing up as a kind of like Santa strippogram or something like that.
Doesn't come across on the radio, though.
Not really, no. But I might have heard you laughing. And but it didn't come together. So I've called in my dear comrade Lorraine Bowen here. Give us a squirt, Lorraine. And what's more festive than an accordion?
Absolutely.
Exactly. I know. So we've got a blazing log fire here. We've got Dylan and his men are in here, dressed in their green, to sing along with us. And I'd like you to sing along at home as well. And try and remember it's fa-la-la-la-la, not tra-la-la-la. I've been singing tra-la-la all day, and Lorraine's been telling me off. She teaches under 11s, and she's been giving me stick all day whilst we've been rehearsing this. I'd just like to say, before I finish off here, sorry to everyone down in Cardiff, we didn't manage to get down, but we'll be coming back down again early in the new year, sometime in spring. And I'd also like to thank my missus for helping with the selection of songs tonight as well.
She chose too many.
Yeah, well, she did actually. I chose too many. She pointed me out. So this is, remember now we don our gay apparel, everybody at home. There we go.
With boughs of holly, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Now we don our gay apparel, tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la. Troll an ancient Yuletide carol, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la. I know I'm saying it wrong. Here we go. See the blazing Yule before us, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Follow me in merry measure, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. The old year passes, la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sing we joyous all together, la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Heedless of the wind and weather, la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Christmas, one and all.
And Alison, the producer, didn't sing a single word.
I know, she's hiding there.
She's laughing at me singing.
I know,
but
that's
she
right.
didn't
We
sing
could
a
make a few Bob Carroll singing, actually, or the Festive 50s on legs,
we did that in our village. We went around carol singing, and there were about 25 of us, and people were so intimidated by people throwing sacks of gold, from their bedroom windows. Just go away and leave us in peace. Well, thanks very much, Billy. As you suggested, I've got to get on with the Festive 50, but a good way to start our festive celebrations and so forth. And I hope you'll come back and do some more tunes for us next year, including...
I'd love to.
You Better Move On.
Yeah, I will learn You Better Move On for the next time I come here, and I'll talk to the missus about playing it. Thanks.
All right. This is number 37 in the Festive 50.
Illustrated. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. On the bitch you hated, infatuated. Yeah. On the page you tasted, fell intoxicated. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter.
Right, my goodness me, sorry. Festive 50 time, that's what we're doing, and that's number 37 in the Festive 50, The Prodigy, and Firestarter. And somebody came in and was talking about a Woody Guthrie bootleg of some of the songs that Billy had written tunes for. Woody Guthrie's Words, Your Tunes. And I'm not sure that you're on anymore, but you're on that.
Yeah.
And are those going to be released in any form?
Well, I mean, what I hope to do is when I get some spare time later in this year, I'd really like to sort of record an album of them, if I can get permission from the Woody Guthrie people, who have it's his daughter Nora, who very kindly asked me. She has the archive of because what he did was he only really did. All the songs that are recorded by Woody were just recorded in 2 huge blocks. He just went in and recorded all the songs he could think of at the time. But also he carried on writing long after that, because that was during the Second World War. And people think of him as almost as a pre-war figure. You forget that he lived all through the 40s and the 50s and most of the 60s. He probably heard the Beatles. He definitely heard rock and roll. He definitely heard Elvis. And some of these lyrics, you can see in the lyrics that there's that little influence of at least boogie woogie, if not hard rock and roll. So I'd sort of like to get a grip of some of those and get them out as well. And also he wrote some of the rudest songs I've ever written. I've ever heard. I mean, not written. I've ever heard. Whether or not Nora in the archive, his daughter, keeps saying to me, "This is what he was like, though. Why don't you want to record these ones? Because he was like this." So if we can choose the right songs and put the right tunes to them, and just bring across a more earthy, a more real Woody, because he's becoming a bit of an icon in America. Right. They've cleaned him up, they've tidied him up. Everyone's forgotten he was a communist. Everyone's forgotten he was an ordinary working person who was very political. And he's like this guy who wrote "This land is your land," and I'm driving in my car. That's it. And this really bugs Nora, obviously, and the people at the Guthrie Archive. So if I, by doing this project, can sort of bring him, not necessarily update him in any way, but just sort of like give air to songs that you'd only see otherwise if you actually physically went to the archive and had a look. So that's what the project would be. But this will be sometime in the next couple of years if I get time to do it.
Okay, well, I hope you do.
Thank you.
All right, number 36 in the Festive 50. And this is one that fades in, actually. And it'll fade in a lot quicker if I press the right button, which I've now done. Number 36.
So good.
Blinking Weirdos. That's The Wedding Present, 2-3 go, from the LP Saturnalia. That's number 36 in the Festive 50. And I'll go back over the ones that you may have missed in yesterday afternoon's programme later on once I get my timing sorted out again. This next record I had to go out and buy yesterday, and it's filed under rap at HMV Records in Oxford Street, London. I don't think it's a rap record at all. 35.
left on you and they want to just solve them, you know, whatever it'll be. So they take me in on a chain to Long Beach. And now they lock me up in the cell behind the courtroom in Long Beach while I'm awaiting to be heard on my traffic offenses. Parking ticket. my God, man, while I'm here, don't move me. Actually, what's to stop them? I mean, what's really to stop them? Oh, I assumed that maybe someday my mother would realize that I should have gotten out. No, she was nice enough. She would have known. But still, what's to stop them? And finally, they called me.
I fade away to nothingness again, I think, at this juncture, but yeah, that's right. Number 35 in the Festive 50 from the LP Introducing on Mowax Records. That's DJ Shadow, and the track's called Stem. This is at 34.
Friday, the last Friday of the year. Get ready for Jungle Blitz 96.
Tick, tick, tick.
10 till midnight. No MC, there's too much drum and bass.
Origin unknown. Top Buzz. Adam X.
No DJ, too much jungle.
DJ Crust. Wax Doctor. Buster Rhymes.
No talking, too much music.
Terrorist. Ganja Crew. Ed Rush.
Just 2 hours non-stop junglist tunes of the year. Nothing but the largest joints from the last 12 months in the mix. Massive. Next Friday, 10 p.m, 97 to 99 FM, Radio 1. Sorted.
That's Calvin Party, the title track from their LP Lies, Lies and Government. That's number 33 in the Festive 50. Before that, it was obviously number 34, The Book Lovers, by Broadcast, from the EP of the same title on Geophonic Super 45s. And this is number 32.
Babylon is burning, baby, can't you see? Babylon is burning with anxiety.
And that's a number 32 in the Festive 50. Zion Train with the voice of Malcolm Owen. Babylon's Burning. Back after the news with number 31.
97 to 99 FM. Radio 1. Newsbeat.
There are fears the Loyalist ceasefire in Northern Ireland is over. A leading Republican has been hurt in a car bomb attack in Belfast. No one's claimed responsibility. Scotland Yard's anti-terrorist chief John Greaves says these are tense times both in Ulster and on the mainland.
Anything that happens over there obviously has significance for us here over on the mainland. Very early to say what that event was about today in Northern Ireland, and that's for the Northern Ireland authorities. But we watch, obviously, with concern anything that goes on over there.
French police hunting the killer of Cornish schoolgirl Caroline Dickinson say they're sure her killer attacked another British girl on the same day. 13-year-old Caroline was raped and murdered at a hostel in Brittany in May. A detective investigating the outbreak of the E. coli food bug in central Scotland is thought to have contracted the illness. 15 people have died from the infection. Aston Villa are fourth in the Premiership after their 5-0 demolition of third-placed Wimbledon. And the Spice Girls' 2 Becomes 1 is the Christmas number 1. It's not the Dunblane song off the top spot. Radio 1 Newsbeat, I'm Phil Mercer.
Radio 1. More new music.
So cut the crap and tell me that we're through.
That's number 31 in your Festive 50, White Town and Your Woman, and according to Alison, the non-singing producer of the programme, that's not even released until a week or so's time officially, although copies of it have been in shops, of course, but in very limited quantities. Right, let me tell you what's been in the Festive 50 so far, in case you missed yesterday afternoon's programme. I mean, I know that people do write this down, so this is a service, really. At number 50, it was Les Ipa Sound, Stereo Lab. At 49, God Show Me Magic, Super Furry Animals. 48, The Face on the Barroom Floor from the Flaming Stars. At 47, Out There Somewhere, Orbital. 46, Go Man Go, The Wedding Present. 45, Cupids Like Watermelons, Urusei Yatsura. 44, Soul Loser, Soul Bossa. 43, Paintballs Coming Home, Half Man, Half Biscuit. We've discovered which one that is, and we've got a cassette of it, or a tape of it, and I'll play that out, because yesterday we weren't quite sure what it was. Now we know, and that'll come up one of next weekend's programmes. Right, where are we? 42, A Design for Life, Manic Street Preachers. 41, Race Tiger. 40, Living Room Broadcast. 39, Teenage Angst, Placebo. At 38, Oh Yeah, Ash. 37, Firestarter and the Prodigy. 36, 2-3, Go, The Wedding Present. 35, STEM, DJ Shadow. 34, The Book Lovers Broadcast. 33, Lies, Lies and Government, Calvin Party. 32, Babylon's Burning Zion Train. At 31, as you just heard, Your Woman, White Town. And my thanks once again to the Pig and to our daughter Flossie, who compiled the Festive 50 this year. And a fax here which says, can you please give a mention to baby Ben Henry Crocker, born this week in Prestwich, Manchester, and listening for the first time with his very happy mum, Jane, from proud dad, Lee Crocker. And this would have been a lot higher if it had been, the Festive 50 had been entirely down to me. It would have been in my top 5, no question about it, top 2 even, perhaps even number 1, who can say. But this is your number 30. Actually, I'm playing it at the wrong speed. What a pity, too, as everything was going so swimmingly to that point. But, I mean, I've heard it thousands of times, and it's not as fast as that. Well, there we go. Probably the most played record of Peel Acres this year. That's Force and Styles, Fireworks, number 30 in the Festive 50 on Essential Platinum Records. And before I play the next one, my thanks to Alan McDermott of Leatherhead in Surrey, who sent me a can of a product called Royal Crown Cola, RC Cola. I'm not advertising because you can't get it in this country, alas, but he must have obtained it from America by some means and has sent it to me. And it'll be divided up amongst the 6 of us over Christmas, on Christmas Day, because I've told all of the children in the family about Royal Crown Cola on several occasions, and I shall get their expert opinion on it. It is a fine substance. This is number 29.
the Radio Tip-Top Christmas Cracker 2 with Kid Tempo and the Ginger Prince. When your wireless goes way out and your transistor takes a trip. So come on, don't just do what your mum and dad tell you to do. Tell her where to get off while you freak out. It's the only Christmas show on Radio 1 that won't blow your cool. It's the only Christmas show on Radio 1 that will blow your mind. The Radio Tip-Top Christmas Cracker 2 coming up on Christmas Day between 6 and 8 p.m. right here on 97 and 99 FM Radio 1. Yeah!
I was happy for a day in 1975. I was puzzled by a dream that stayed with me all day in 1995. My brother had confessed he was gay. It took the heat off me for a while. He stood up with a sailor friend, made it known upon my sister's wedding day. In a rush to save a kid from being deported. Now she's in love. Oh, 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 I was so touched. I was moved to kick the crutches from my crippled friend. She was not impressed, 'cause I cured her on the Sabbath. I went to confess. When she saw the funny side, we introduced my child bride to whiskey and gin.
Does sound amazingly like Donovan at times, I have to say. Bell and Sebastian, though, from the first LP, Tiger Milk, and I gave my copy of it, being a very generous kind of chap, to the BBC in Manchester, to the Radcliffe programme, and they had to send me a dash with that track on it. Number 28 in the Festive 50, the state I'm in, and this is 27. Oh, come on, what has gone wrong with this? There we go. That's Dick Dale, number 27 in the Festive 50. That's Nitrous. More Festive 50 next